Hello my peeps and welcome back to the channel. This is Heidi at Happy Scribbles. Thanks for joining me today where we will be setting up this brand new bullet journal for a health tracker. I thought midway through 2025 was a perfect time for me to be starting a new health tracker journal where I will be tracking my goals and progress and all the things that I want to keep track of for my health. And while I could add this into my daily bullet journal, I didn't want this to be mixed in because I want to be able to look at all my health things in one notebook that doesn't necessarily span only 1 year, but will probably end up spanning quite a few years. And I really like the idea of being able to look back at this and see all of my journey over the course of a few years in this book and what I have done and what I haven't done and all the goals that I have reached. And so that was why I chose to start this new journal. Now, as you may know, whenever you are setting out to accomplish something, it is really important to determine your why. And so this was my why page. I want to be strong and have energy to be a better mom and a better wife. And unfortunately, I lost a little bit of footage showing the next page after that why page, which was my body composition page. So stick around to the end if you want to see that because I think it's really cool and it's actually one of the most motivating parts of this bullet journal for me. But moving on to this spread here, this is all of my little actions and including things that I want to track, set up all on one page for 1 month. So I determined my non-negotiables, which means that these are the bare minimum goals for each day that I really must get done if I don't do anything else. And I placed those at the top, and over towards the right, you'll see that I put those in their own little category. And then below that, I added in the other things that I want to do, that I want to track, and whether it be good things I want to do or things that I want to not do. And then I'm going to continue this section down and I just make a small space for all the different tracking things, and I made kind of like a little key over to the side. You can pause it and you can zoom in there if you want to see it better. But basically this is my one-stop daily tracker page for all those habits. And just like that, I decorated this page with some washi tape and some of those little circle stickers. And this spread is actually really cool looking once it's filled out. So stay tuned for a short soon showing what that looks like. And I did base all of this decoration on my gel pens that I chose to fill this out. So it's really fun, and my favorite part is that bottom section there where all of my little tracker lines kind of overlap and crisscross each other, and it just looks really cool. Okay, and then moving on to the next part of this part was for fun, but it was extremely motivating. And I say was because I'm editing this video super late. It's already almost the end of the month, and I've been using this little setup here for this last month, and I absolutely love it so much that I will be repeating it in a different color scheme for August. So you may or may not have seen this used for different things. I think they call it adultress or something like that, where people put things like paying bills and cleaning up your house and stuff like that for tracking, when you're adulting. But I decided to do this for all of my health things. And it was really, really fun to fill it out and see this column stack up over the month. I had so much fun and it actually did motivate me. I know it may be silly, but I guess it's gamifying your goals or your life a little bit, and it works for me. So I actually was very motivated to, hey, I got to get my workout in because I really want to fill in my health tris chart. And yeah, so if you have a mind that kind of works like that, I really do recommend trying something like this out. It's a lot of fun. So I just filled in, I definitely penciled out the words first because this was an important one to get right. I didn't want it to look weird or to make any mistakes with these letters. And once I was done filling them in with my gel pens, they needed the black line to separate each little cell to just give it that final touch. And so here we go, and ta-da! There it is, all filled out with each little cell outlined. I think it looked so cute. Anyways, moving on to the final touches of this spread, which is decoration. I left the right side blank except for a few decorations in case I wanted to or needed to add another column, which I didn't. So it'll just be used for notes in the end about the month and how it went. So there's that one. I think this was actually my most favorite spread out of this setup because it's just so pleasing to look at. Oh, but first I'm going to use my gel pens and I'm going to just color in some of those decorations that I cut out. So if you're wondering about these decorations, I just looked on the web for some PDFs of health icons, I believe was how I searched it. And a lot of them are downloadable. I downloaded them, I printed them out, and then I chose which ones to cut out and to stick glue down. And it made it really quick and not too intimidating, I guess, to be adding sketches and stuff like that for those of us who are slightly challenged with things like that. I found it was just a lot easier to cut it out and paste it and then color it in, and it made it look really cute. Okay, and this is already the last part in this spread, which is a place where I have a line per day for all of my meals / notes of the day. So first of all, from bottom to top, I am writing in my numbers for the days from 31 all the way through 1. And then with my light gray brush tip, I'm just adding in lines, every other line, so that I can make sure I stay on track and don't kind of crisscross over, because I can tend to do that if I don't have those distinguishing lines there. And then once again, adding in a little bit of those washi tapes to give the page a little pop and to tie it in with our color theme. And since I'm looking at this in retrospect, having already used this, I can say that I'm really happy I decided to add this one in at the end. I hadn't planned on it originally, but I think it was important because it gave me a space to write down some things that I might have forgotten and may have made me scratch my head in the future as to why I missed quite a few workouts and stuff like that. I kind of hurt my back a little bit, and then I got a stomach bug and kind of threw me off there for a little while, but I got back on and got back on track, and I'm happy that I had that written down here on the line so that I know, oh, those days I really didn't get anything done, it was because of this or because of that. Anyways, so it was an important part of the layout, even though it was the most simple one. Okay, so now it's time for our flip through. Here's our cover page along with our whys about why I am doing this and why I have set my goals. And here I have a before and after page. So here, if you plan on making one of these, I do recommend to pause it and take a screenshot. You can see everything that I tracked, from my height, my weight measurements, my BMI and heart rate and things like that. And these little body figures were also from printouts. My daughter sized them down and printed them out to the perfect size for this spread. And here is our habit tracker page along with mood and sleep hours and energy, and then our health tryst page. And last but not least, our food and note space. And so here it is. This was a spread, and look at how many more pages we have. Thank you guys so much for joining and watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you again soon with more content. Love you all. Until next time. Bye.